Well, good evening, everyone. As I'm enjoying the rest of the football action today, as well as the great baseball ending we had. We had a terrible church attack today. Apparently, Thomas Jacob, a 40-year-old former Marine, is being identified as the guy who crashed a Chevy Silverado with 2 American flags into the building, took out some gasoline, started a fire, and started firing with a long gun, as well as he had a handgun with him. As of right now, still looks like only 2 people were struck and killed by gunfire, which was a Church of Jesus Christ and Latter-day Saints, and just right outside the suburbs of Flint, Michigan. Now, according to the article here, it says the violence when he drove his truck through the front doors before exiting with a firearm. Officers say the blaze that engulfed the building was likely started intentionally. Oh, you don't say. And it's pretty nasty if you look at the footage here. Sanford was shot dead at the scene, which, you wonder, are these guys hiding something that they just all get shot dead? I mean, this guy had a pretty stellar military record, including being a good long-range shooter or sniper. Rumor was that there was an IED he used, but it seems like it was more of gasoline and some good old-fashioned igniters. Apparently this guy had a set of deer antlers attached to his bumper also, and clearly this guy was a big-time outdoorsman. He loved to hunt, as his pictures are popping up, and he loved to fish also. Rumor was that the IED was inside the truck, but as I'm looking at the pictures now, who knows, these could be fake pictures, well, we know. You can't trust anything anymore. The truck looks pretty much intact. Now, I'm going to assume that the front is messed up, but the back and the right and left side look pretty good. I mean, the 2 doors on the driver's side are intact, the back window's intact, the tailgate. So, of course, once I heard Cash Patel says that agents from the FBI and the ATF are already on scene, I already began to scratch my head. Oh, here we go again. How did they get there so fast? And again, why is the feds interfering in a local matter? This is a state and local matter. So the first thing that comes to my mind, of course, you get it, was this guy MK Ultra. And right now, all the stuff that's going on, you might just assume, yeah, even the 2 side doors on the passenger side are intact. This guy ran into a brick wall. This whole thing seems already very weird to me. But the fact that federal agents were already on scene, according to Cash Patel, who knows, I don't expect to find the truth about that either. How did they get there so fast? Are they trying to cover up another MK Ultra? Because it seems like since, I guess, using LGBT left-wing freaks aren't working and starting the civil war they wanted, maybe they figured they used more of a mainstream military woods outdoorsman and attack a church. I don't know. But of course, the first thing that came to my mind was this guy a Charlie Kirk supporter? And this was a Mormon church. He was killed in Utah. Was this revenge? Is he blaming the Mormons for killing Charlie Kirk? Who knows? But it seems like right now, I'm just going to say the deep state is willing to ignite the fire or a civil war anyway, anyhow. I'm just going to assume that we will never know the truth about this either. Guy had no record, a stellar military career record, family man, outdoorsman. His son was sick, had a rare disease called hypoinsulinism, where he had high rates of insulin, which could cause damage to the brain or damage to brain development in the kid. Apparently, he had a GoFundMe page in 2015 to raise $3,000. Who was born, with hypoinsulinism, a genetic condition where the pancreas releases too much insulin. Unreal. Alright, so I am going to say this again, as I said in the past. With the Second Amendment becoming more increasingly popular, and we have that because gun sales and ammo sales are through the roof, you got to ask yourself, when are these churches, more of these churches, going to start arming themselves? And I'm going to say this out loud, and I don't give a crap, as someone who was in law enforcement and who is a believer in Jesus Christ. If you're one of these parishioners that says, oh, but God will take care of it, you are part of the problem. And I'm going to say you're just a pussy. And you're the people I despise inside the church. If you're a pastor and you go, oh, but Jesus loves us. Did he not love these people either? Oh, people say, guns should not be in church. Okay, why not? Last time I checked, Jesus' 12 disciples carry swords. In fact, Peter was so good, he managed to cut off a Roman's ear perfectly. And if you saw what type of sword they used and how heavy that thing was, that was no easy task. That was a more difficult job than it was to shoot someone in the chest or in the head. Pastors, congregations, start forming security ministries in your church. Get trained, get armed, have a plan. Now, when you consider how bad this looks, the fire, and the fact that only 2 people were killed, I mean, that's absolutely a miracle in itself. Folks, stay vigilant, stay armed. At the same time, keep your family safe and avoid trouble wherever you go. You don't know who you can trust no more, unfortunately. And this is just the way it is. Love to hear your comments on this, especially if you're a fellow Christian. And if you don't like my comments about calling you a pussy, I especially love to hear from you. If you're a pastor watching this, or you're part of a church board, I would love to hear from you also. Whether you're for or against having an armed security staff. God bless you all. You all have a good night.